Flooding. It's a homeowner's worst nightmare. The damage, the cost, the heartache, it's enough to make anyone sick. But here's the thing, we can't always prevent natural disasters. What we can do is be prepared. Preparation can make a world of difference. Knowing your flood risk is the first step. It's crucial to understand the potential dangers. Imagine this. You're about to buy your dream home. It's perfect. Great location, beautiful kitchen, big backyard. Everything you've ever wanted. But there's one thing you didn't check. The flood risk. This oversight could be costly. Don't let this happen to you. Do your homework. Research thoroughly. It could save you thousands of dollars and a whole lot of stress. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding the risks, you can make informed decisions about protecting your home and your loved ones. Consult experts if needed. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Act now. Be proactive. Be informed. Be safe. Your home and family depend on it. Want to know if your home is in a flood zone? FEMA flood maps are your starting point. These maps, created by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, show areas at risk of flooding. They're like weather maps, but for floods. Think of it like this. FEMA flood maps are like a giant warning system. They use historical data, elevation, and other factors to determine flood zones. Red zones are high risk, meaning there's a greater chance of flooding. Yellow zones are moderate risk and green zones are low risk. But don't get complacent. Just because you're not in a high-risk zone doesn't mean you're completely safe. Remember, these maps are just a guide. They're not perfect. FEMA maps are a good start, but they don't tell the whole story. There are other ways to dig deeper and uncover hidden flood risks. Local government websites are a gold mine of information. Check for flood reports, drainage plans, and building permits. Think of it like this. Your local government is like a neighborhood watch for flooding. They have specific knowledge about your area, including past floods, drainage issues, and development plans. This information can be invaluable in assessing your flood risk. Don't forget about private services. Companies specializing in flood risk assessment offer detailed reports and analysis. They can provide insights that you won't find anywhere else. Inspecting for trouble signs of past flooding. Remember, knowledge is power. And when it comes to flood risk, sometimes the best information comes from the house itself. The house can tell a story if you know how to read the signs. Look for telltale signs of past flooding. These signs can be subtle, but are crucial in understanding the history of the property. Water stains on walls or ceilings, especially in the basement or lower levels. Musty odors in the basement, which can indicate mold and mildew, cracks in the foundation. These are all signs that water has been where it shouldn't be. These are all red flags. Ignoring them can lead to bigger problems down the line. Think of it like this. Your house is trying to tell you something. It's sending you messages through these signs. It's up to you to listen and take action. A thorough home inspection by a qualified professional is crucial, as they can spot issues you might miss, especially if you suspect previous flooding. They have the expertise to identify and assess the damage. Don't be afraid to ask questions. The more you know, the better prepared you'll be. Talk to neighbors, previous owners, and local contractors. They can provide first-hand accounts and valuable insights. They might have valuable insights about the area's flood history. This information can be crucial in making an informed decision. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Taking steps now can save you a lot of trouble in the future. Shielding your haven flood insurance and mitigation. Okay, so you've assessed your flood risk. Now what? It's time to take action. If you're in a high-risk zone, flood insurance is a must. It's essential for your peace of mind. It's not just a good idea, it might be required by your mortgage lender. They want to protect their investment too. But even if you're not in a high-risk area, consider it. Floods can happen anywhere, and it's better to be prepared. Think of it like this. Flood insurance is like a safety net. It catches you when unexpected events occur. It won't prevent flooding, but it will help you recover financially if it happens. Repair costs can be overwhelming. And remember, standard homeowners insurance typically doesn't cover flood damage. You need a separate policy. But insurance is just one piece of the puzzle. Flood mitigation is key. It's about being proactive. This means taking steps to reduce your risk, such as installing flood vents, which allow water to flow through without damaging your home, grading your yard away from your home to direct water flow, and using flood-resistant materials to minimize damage. Elevating your assets, protecting your home's vital organs. We've talked about protecting your home from the outside, but what about the inside? Think about your home's vital organs, electrical panels, HVAC systems, water heaters. If they're located in the basement or on lower floors, they're vulnerable to flood damage. Think of it like this. You wouldn't leave your valuables on the floor during a flood, would you? The same principle applies to your home's essential systems. Elevating them above potential flood levels can save you thousands of dollars in repairs. Consider moving these critical components to higher floors, building elevated platforms, or installing flood-proof enclosures. Remember, a little planning and investment can go a long way in protecting your home's heart and lungs. Your home, your fortress. Take action today. We've covered a lot of ground today, folks. We've talked about the importance of knowing your flood risk, using FEMA maps and other resources, recognizing the signs of past flooding, and taking steps to protect your home. Now it's time to put this knowledge into action. Remember, your home is your biggest investment. It's where you create memories, raise your family, and feel safe. Don't wait for disaster to strike before you take action. Be proactive, be informed, be prepared. Thank you for taking the time to learn about flood risk. Now go out there and make your home a fortress.